guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'll be answering tons of your guys' questions that you guys all submitted on my Instagram page. And all these questions will be fishing related and about my fishing life. So let's get on to question number one.
Alright, question one. This comes from Rick Sells, and they ask, what rod and reel combo do you use?
The rod and reel combo I use is the Lew's Fishing Baitcaster reel, and I have 25-pound test braid on it. And the rod I use is a Avert American pattern reel, and yeah, that's about it. Let's get on to question number two.
Alright, this one's from Brian Baranowski. They ask, are you more of a peacock or a largemouth guy?
I'm more of a largemouth fisherman, but I would personally love to be a peacock fisherman, but we don't get peacock where we live. Peacock is one of my favorite type of fish, even though I haven't caught it at all. But that would be my dream catch right there. So let's get on to question number three.
Alright, Daniel Johnston wants to know, what's your luckiest catch?
My luckiest catch is the time I caught my first gar. I was casting out a rooster tail, not thinking I was going to catch anything that day, and all of a sudden I get hit, and it was a gar. It was about 3 feet long, and yeah, that thing put up one heck of a fight. Let's go on to question number four.
Alright, so this one comes from Jones Kai, and they want to know, what's your favorite bait, and also, what is your personal best?
My favorite bait is usually a topwater frog, and I really like the topwater frogs because they do really good action on topwater. And my personal best is an 8-pound largemouth bass. I caught that on a spook, the Monster Bash official spook, and yeah, that fish put up one heck of a really good fight. Let's go on to the next question.
Alright, so speaking of the baits, Chris Miguel wants to know, what type of baits do you use?
The baits that I use usually just depends on where I'm fishing and how the water is, depending on where I'm fishing that day. Usually if the water is like a little choppy, I would like to use a spinner bait just because of the wind can like receive currents in the water to spin the spinner. But yeah, it just mostly depends on how the day is going and how the water is. Let's go on to the question.
Alright, so this one comes from Daddy G Fishing, and they ask, what's the best way to catch a bass?
The best way to catch a bass, I would honestly just say like a regular old Senko. Fish love the action on the Senkos, and yeah, they love it. It's like their #1 bait that people usually use. It's the most common, and yeah, that's about it for best bait.
Awesome. So you've talked about a Palomar knot before on some of your videos, and Colton Rendell would like to know, how do you actually tie a Palomar knot?
Alright, well luckily I have my pole right behind me, so I'll grab that right now. We don't have anything on it, but I will tie on the Monster Bass spook that I got on from the September box. Alright, so this is how we do it. So you take the little line right here and you put it through the hole. So, and you want to give it about 5 inches of slack. So you want to put it back through right there. And make sure it's like that. You want to make sure that this end does not go back through. You want to do an overhead knot, like so. And now that you have like the little axis line right here, and you have this loop, you want to put your whole bait around this little loop right here, and then it will be like that. You want to pull the little axis line right here. I usually use my mouth for this, and that's it. Then all you have to do is just cut off the axis line, like so, and yeah, that's your Palomar knot right there. It is just like a little slip knot, and it's one of the strongest knots in the world. So let's get on to the next question.
Alright, so this is the last question, and this is probably up for debate a little bit, but Parker Record asked, is fishing considered a sport? Why or why not?
I actually believe fishing is a sport. It kind of just depends on like how you fish and how competitive you are. For me, I am a competitive fisherman. Every time I go out with my friends, I would try to get a bigger bass than them, a bigger fish. But if you want to like succeed your goals and everything, that will kind of make you want to say that it is a sport, and it all just kind of based on practice, and like that's about it. That's kind of why I think fishing is a sport. But if you don't think it's a sport, it's all good. But you probably like a fisherman that just goes out every now and then, but I'm like a big fisherman, so that's why I think it's a sport. So that's about it for this video, guys. I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. Thank you all for submitting questions, and make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and make sure to check out the Instagram page. And that's about it. So have a good night, guys, and see you later.